You know, spring has fully arrived in Berlin when it changes from being this giant grey blob of a city into a vibrant place with the scent of flowers filling the air. You start seeing people everywhere on the streets, lounging in the sun, in every patch of grass available. Everything is coming alive, and although the weather changes are constant and messy, it feels good to smell the rain and feel the warmth of the sun again. Good morning. It is Saturday and we're gonna have a gorgeous day today. It's gonna be 22 degrees, which is like perfect spring weather and temperature. I'm excited. We're gonna go on a walk and just like spend the day outside and enjoy this nice weather because who knows how long this is gonna last. I slept really well last night. It's been a while since I had such a good night's sleep. And so I'm feeling very energized today. So yeah, I'm gonna get dressed.
I'm out and about, painting the town red, I'm coming around. There ain't no doubt about it, I'm no longer blue. So glad we are through, just me, myself, and I.
With the arrival of spring, I definitely started to feel more energized and motivated to create. But I guess seeing the environment transform into this beautiful new thing all around me made me think about how lost I'm feeling in life right now. Mostly because I'm 29 years old and I decided to completely give up on this career I thought I was building. And now I find myself here in 2024, just a few months away from turning 30, burned out, depressed, and completely lost in my life. Trying to figure things out like I was in my early 20s. It's a weird feeling. I wouldn't say it's a bad feeling, but it's definitely uncomfortable. I mean, I'm a firm believer that you should be able to move through life at your own pace, but so much of our society attaches our self-worth to our jobs, productivity, or how much we can accomplish from a young age. And so being at this stage in my life right now, I guess sometimes it's just hard to not have these thoughts that I'm doing something wrong. Just because, I look at people around me from my age or younger or slightly older, and it feels like people have accomplished so much. Not that they're not struggling as well or having these thoughts too, because everybody struggles in some way, but I don't know, just like seeing people growing in their careers, building a life, having babies. And when I start to compare myself to others, which I know I shouldn't do, but I do it anyway, I just feel like I'm falling behind in some way. So yeah, I don't know. I'm in the process of packing. We're flying to Portugal tomorrow in the afternoon, and I'm just trying to decide what I want to bring with me and avoid overpacking. But it's a bit tricky to pack for a spring trip because the weather can be super random and weather apps are quite unreliable this time of the year as well. So I don't know, everything can change in just like a few hours. So far, the weather app is telling me that in Portugal is going to be throughout the whole week like something between 26 and 28 degrees, which is quite warm for this time of the year. I was not expecting that at all. Then it kind of starts to go down. So I guess I kind of have to bring something for every season. And also April can be quite rainy in Portugal. So I also have to think about that. We're going to be there for a month and a half. So I have to be strategic. But I really hate packing. I hate it so much and I always leave it for last minute. And I'm also a little nervous because we're bringing our cats with us. So that's going to be a whole adventure. Yeah. Every time I come here, I feel so sleepy. I really just feel like sleeping all the time. Maybe it's all the birds singing or I don't know, just like the sounds of nature maybe. It's so relaxing. The cats seem to enjoy it too. So here we are at my childhood home in Portugal. I have a weird relationship with this place. For the longest time, I really hated being here, especially when I was younger, and there were many reasons for that, which I'm not really gonna get into right now. Maybe one day, if I feel comfortable, I'll make a video about that. Anyway, getting back to the themes of this video, I don't regret quitting my job. It was a tough decision, but ultimately I think it was the best decision. But I also have to recognize that I wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for my husband, who's been supporting the both of us ever since. I am extremely grateful for his generosity and patience, for giving me the time and space to heal without judgment, which I think is extremely important when you or someone you know is going through a rough time. Ever since then, I've been in this constant dance between feeling fatigued and restless, sometimes at the same time. It hasn't been easy, especially when I feel like I'm being judged by everyone, especially family, but mostly by myself. Although I know feminism gives you the freedom to choose how you want to live your life, I can't help but sometimes feel like I'm failing somehow as a woman in this modern society, you know? And I know that this is a temporary situation, but I guess I just never thought that I would ever be in a dynamic like this particular dynamic with my husband, which is also probably adding to this feeling lost situation. But you know, I might feel lost now, but at least I can breathe, you know? It's okay to feel lost. I think it's just part of the experience of being alive. It can happen to anyone and at many different stages of our lives. I think it's how we grow and evolve. Growing up, I always felt this pressure from my family to have like a big goal in life, to have a successful career, make money, have a family, have a baby, etc. Whether it was intentional or not, I felt it. And I'm sure a lot of you felt the same way growing up as well. And I think there were some expectations that I just failed to achieve, and I will continue to fail to achieve. It used to make me feel guilty and sad, but I'm okay with that now. I just had to accept that I am not responsible for whatever expectations people have of me or the things that they project onto me, as well as people are not responsible for the things that I project onto them. It also took me a long time to realize and accept that I don't have a big life goal, or at least not in the traditional sense that everybody seems to talk about, which is mostly tied to having a successful career or becoming a parent. And if that's you, I think it's great, but I just never really had those ambitions. That doesn't mean that I don't have dreams or things that I want to accomplish in my life, because I do. But I feel like many people around me have a hard time grasping that because they just can't imagine what other dreams a person might have that doesn't involve having a career or having kids. But also they never ask, so what you gonna do? Of course, I'm using mostly these two examples because I feel like those are the most common, at least for the people who are around me. So something I've been trying to work on is to act more on my wishes and things that I want for myself. Easier said than done though. Actually, let me grab something because I just had an idea. So I just grabbed The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. This is an amazing book. I read it in my early 20s and I'm actually having the desire to read it again because I think it would be interesting to see how my perception has changed now that I'm in my late 20s. But anyway, there's a passage in this book that I love so much and had a really huge impact on me, which is the part where she uses a fig tree as a metaphor for life choices. And I thought that I would read it to you because I think it's a really great analogy for what I'm trying to explore. So I think it's probably at chapter 7 or 8. I saw my life branching out before me like the green fig tree in the story. From the tip of every branch, like a fat purple fig, a wonderful future beckoned and winked. One fig was a husband and a happy home and children. Another fig was a famous poet. Another fig was a brilliant professor. And another fig was E.G., the amazing editor. And another fig was Europe and Africa and South America. And another fig was Constantin and Socrates and Attila and a pack of other lovers with queer names and offbeat professions. And another fig was an Olympic lady crew champion. And beyond and above these figs were many more figs I couldn't quite make out. I saw myself sitting in the crotch of this fig tree, starving to death, just because I couldn't make up my mind which of the figs I would choose. I wanted each and every one of them, but choosing one meant losing all the rest. And as I sat there, unable to decide, the figs began to wrinkle and go black, and one by one, they plopped to the ground at my feet. It's a great book. So this is 100% me. Sometimes I have these days where I become paralyzed by thinking about all the things I want to do or wish I could be doing. And then I get overwhelmed because I don't know how or what or when to start. And then I get frustrated and angry at myself because I'm unable to decide. Because I want all the figs. I don't want to have to choose and lose another one in the process. And somehow most of us grew up thinking that we could only choose one fig, right? But who made those rules? I don't know, like, why shouldn't you have multiple figs, you know? So, what's next? Well, I don't know. I truly don't know. It seems that I always end up with more questions than answers whenever I try to reflect on a topic, but putting the existential questions to the side. I mentioned in past videos that I've been looking for a new job and I've been applying to bakeries because I got really interested in baking bread during the pandemic, and I just never stopped ever since. And it's something that I would really like to explore more and get better at. Maybe I'll make a career out of it, maybe not. Who knows? I might want to try something different in the future. But I actually have a little update on that. I have really mixed feelings about it. So back in the beginning of March, I sent out an application and they got back to me maybe like mid-March. Doesn't really matter. They basically told me that they couldn't offer me the position that I applied for, which was like a baker's assistant. However, they could offer me an apprentice position. And I was intrigued by that. I was curious, so I got back to them asking for more information about this, and their reply was a bit confusing, if I'm being honest. Basically, they didn't give me like a specific timeline for how long this apprenticeship would last. They told me that it was not a paid position, and they told me that they could not guarantee that after my apprenticeship ended that I would stay there working with them. I don't know, aren't these like 3 big red flags? And first of all, who still asks people to work for free in 2024? Are you freaking kidding me in this economy? Oh my god. It's really frustrating though, because I don't get many replies. Usually they say no, but to actually get a positive reply and then these are the conditions, like, that was not in the job description of the application. So yeah, all this to say that I am still unemployed, sadly. I feel like I've been talking for way too long, so I think I'm gonna end the video here. I've been receiving such nice comments and messages from you guys, and so I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing, and thank you for being here, and I will see you on the next one.